All right. I guess I'll get us started off here.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the State of the
Once again.
That's my favorite. I think every episode should start with like, okay, boys, here we go. I'm going to get in. I just go fucking balls to the wall crazy. Like, hell yeah! Welcome back to the show, folks. It's your
Yeah,
boy,
it's always
MumkeyJones.
good to break format.
So, guys,
Our
we
format
did it.
is breaking format.
So, guys, we did it.
What did we do?
We have our monetization back.
What?
Oh, good. Because I had listened to the last podcast. This was right after the State of the YouTube channel had been demonetized, and I spent a good fucking hour on Google chat support talking to apparently a robot trying to get the channel back. And they said there's absolutely nothing they can do. But EmpLemon, how did you do it?
Well, back in 2018, I enrolled myself in this thing called the YouTube Partner Program, which is basically a thing YouTube has where they pair you with this channel manager. And um, you go through like a whole rigmarole of just a bunch of stuff. You call them in like 1 month intervals. And basically, it's this new thing they have to vet partnered YouTube channels so they don't have to monetize shitty channels anymore that run plane crash compilations.
Right.
But
I mean, do they actually help you somehow?
um yeah, so the partner manager has backdoor access to your channel and conceivably a lot of other privileges on YouTube. And my partner manager has certainly given me a bunch of useful features that a lot of people don't have access to. So I contacted them about the whole state of the YouTube monetization stripping,
Uh-huh.
and she told me that she was going to look into it and appeal to YouTube because it was obviously a mistake. And obviously, I wasn't expecting anything to come out of it based on what happened to Mumkey, but surprisingly, they actually overturned the decision and we have
Right.
ads again.
So here's what I've been seeing. Because I saw that Grande had tweeted out something about another channel that pretty much the exact same thing had happened to. Their whole channel was demonetized, and it was because of apparent reused content. So I think that this might be something new that's happening to multiple channels. Maybe some glitch and some update that YouTube's trying to implement here.
Right.
Yeah,
The
every
working
time
theory right
YouTube
now. I'm sorry, Mumkey. You can
I was
continue.
going to say, every time YouTube tries to implement one of these new types of algorithmic automatic changes, every single time, innocent people are punished for it. Every
Yeah.
time they make any minor change, the system goes crazy, and they're like, "Oh, don't worry, we'll fix all the mistakes. It's a learning computer system. It'll figure it out." Meanwhile, we're sitting here not monetized for no reason. So
That's
it's just
that's what pissed me off
another.
the worst. Especially because I mean, Grande was saying the same thing with this other person. They were completely zero help. Um, YouTube's was it YouTube creators on Twitter or whoever you go to on Twitter to
Team
complain.
YouTube.
Yeah, Team YouTube. They're like, there's nothing they can do. They just offered the same stock answers. This fucking
Because they're also a bot.
right, and just the fact that they said, "Oh, I'm sorry, there's nothing you can do but reapply in 30 days." I'm saying, but you can clearly see that this is a mistake. So if I apply in 30 days and I've made no changes to the channel, it's going to be denied monetization because I can't fix what isn't broken.
Right, and I like how they told us that there was no other way at first, and the canned response Rusty got from the supposed real life human on
Right.
Google Chat support, and as well as the basic email protocol that they copy and pasted to our channel. But what's ended up happening is that they do actually have the power to just instantly
Yes.
revert it back to normal.
They
Even though
lied.
whenever they tell people, "Oh, there's nothing we can do," and string it along, based on what's
Yeah.
happened here, that really doesn't seem to be the case.
Right. They say, yeah, right. There's nothing we can do, but there is. And when I ask about specifics, like what content was reused, they say, well, we can't get into specifics on this case. Why? It's
It's
our
just like-
case.
No, it's because
Exactly.
it's a bot. It's a bot that is only programmed to give you those set of responses, and it can't think like a human. So obviously,
It
can't,
is.
It can't actually tell you what's wrong.
Both the Google chat room that like the supreme YouTubers get for customer support and Team YouTube on Twitter, they're both fucking bot accounts. I've been arguing with them for a month. They say they give you the copy paste answer. Oh, your video was taken down for hate speech. I say, okay, what's hateful about this video specifically? Prove you're not a bot. Tell me in a human response.
Yeah, they just
why
disappear.
is this video hate speech? They can't fucking answer. It's either another automated answer or they just ignore you. And legitimately, the Team YouTube Twitter account they haven't blocked me, but they've muted me. Anytime I tweet at them, it's ignored. Anytime somebody tweets at them on my behalf, it's ignored. I think they've put in a censor or a filter against MumkeyJones and Vincent Hates God because nothing about me goes through anymore.
It's also
Yeah.
worth noting. It's also worth noting that the Team YouTube Twitter account responded to the State of the YouTube Twitter account. So for those of you unaware, we are on Twitter with an account for this podcast. And when this whole thing was happening, we tweeted out on the account,
It's
"Hey YouTube,
at-
we got completely unfairly demonetized. What do you have to say about this?" And basically, we got even more canned responses. They completely didn't look into the issue at all based on the Twitter account. And I made one of the responses and I asked them, could you please explain to us how our channel consisting entirely of original recordings of ourselves somehow violates your policies on reuse of copyrighted content? And just no response after that. They probably blocked the SOTY account now, so I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. I think they did
Well,
it with my main.
Their follow-up tweet to my initial post that I did on the account, which is at SOTYcast, SOTYcast. I tweeted them a picture of the monetization status, and then they replied with, "Hey, go to this link and tell me what you see," and then screenshot it. And it was the same fucking thing. I was like, I just sent that to you. So I just resent it, and of course they gave stupid fucking runaround answers.
Well, it's not just MumkeyJones and SOTY, the SOTY podcast, that the Team YouTube Twitter account is now actively ignoring. Do you guys know who else is now being ignored by this Twitter account?
Drake Bell.
Drake Bell.
I saw that.
They've muted Drake Bell too.
Yeah. So Drake Bell, what happened to him? He got his fucking channel hacked or some shit. His YouTube channel.
He said one of his fans hacked into his account and changed the password. So he's adding Team YouTube on Twitter saying, "Hey, can you fix this?" Team YouTube didn't even fucking answer. So Drake Bell goes on a big Twitter rant saying, "Fuck YouTube. YouTube sucks. I'm moving to Twitch." Basically parroting everything that I said 3 days ago. I found it very funny.
Well, everyone, clearly Drake Bell got hacked by Megan once again.
Fuck off. Stupid.
I don't
Hey,
even
at
get it. I'll
least-
be honest.
At least we still have Josh.
Here's my
Yeah.
question. If Team YouTube Twitter account and YouTube in general isn't even willing to help a mega celebrity like Drake Bell with 4 million followers on Twitter, what hope is there for guys like us to actually get help as well? It seems like if they won't help Drake Bell, who the fuck do they help? Do they help anybody at all? Or is this all a big facade, a Twitter account run by a bot to pretend like they have customer support and service when really there's none to be heard of at all?
Right, and if I didn't have that YouTube partner manager contact, we would have been just completely fucked and
Well, let me
probably
tell you about
treading
mine.
on water and not being monetized indefinitely.
I'm part of the same program. I have a YouTube partner manager too, and I've actually had many conversations with him. He did an online seminar that I went to. I had a good relationship with him, and I told him immediately about all my strikes and my channel takedowns, and he took about 10 days to get back to me. But he told me, man to man, human to human, this is not a bot, folks. Real life human being working at Google and YouTube. He says, "Don't worry, Mumkey. This is now my top priority. I'll look into this for you."
He's fired.
Who wants to guess how long ago he said that?
I don't want to guess at all.
It's been 2 full weeks, and he has not replied to me since, which is just confirmation to me that YouTube, a lot of people at YouTube are talking, and they don't want MumkeyJones to be acknowledged whatsoever.
Well,
And,
it's
Yeah.
okay.
Well, the
like,
thing
they
is,
told
if
him
you,
no, and he can't reply to me anymore. I've replied to him many times, and he can't answer me anymore. I'm wondering, and tell me if this would be a bad idea, you two. Because I mean, I'm really concerned about this guy. I don't know what, maybe his email account is broken or something. So I'm wondering maybe if I should just tell everybody, all of our loving fans, what his email account is, so that they can all ask him if he's doing okay. Since he
Ooh,
he
I
clearly isn't getting
definitely
my
would
emails.
not.
I would
I don't know,
not
I don't
do
know.
that, Mumkey.
That would fuck
I
this
mean,
channel up.
that would, yeah.
Maybe, maybe he can't, and maybe I'll just post it on my own Twitter, not here to be associated with you guys, but clearly, he's not getting my emails. I wonder if he would get, thousands of Mumkey fans' emails asking about my channel.
Mumkey, he's probably not going to respond because Google
Yeah, no
probably put him in their Siberian gulag, which is the same place they put Trusted Flagger. But at the very least, we know that my YouTube contact has come through. She's come through on this channel. She is the blessed savior of
What
state
did
of
she
the
say when
YouTube.
you asked her about my channel?
Well, I'm doing a whole foot in the door thing with her where I have scheduled a conversation with her in the coming weeks where I'm going to discuss with her YouTube issues, and I'm going
And
to try.
I might make the list.
Yeah, just like Keemstar, I'm going to talk about celebrities first and James Corden, and then I might get to you
Right.
like fourth or fifth down on the list.
Great.
But
Talk about an egg.
yeah, but seriously though, I'm gonna try to record that conversation, and if I can, I'm gonna try to get some answers about what exactly is going on with the MumkeyJones situation.
Yeah, well, here's the
Well,
thing.
I'm
You
very
allow
curious.
these guys, you give them backdoor access, and you're just saying, hey, please fuck me in the ass.
Yeah,
And they
much
will.
like how Rusty Cage's mom gave all of us backdoor access long ago.
Right.
Ooh.
Exactly. Got him.
She works for Google tech support, so just to make that clear to all the listeners.
So if we're done talking about how we got monetized again, there is a directly related subject that I think we all need to talk about immediately,
What?
Yes.
and that is the tragic end of an era, the death of the Knife Game song.
Oh yes.
I'd like a moment of silence for everybody's favorite YouTube viral hit.
Of all my fingers.
Rusty, what happened to the Knife Game song? Why is it down? What's going on?
Okay, so pretty much I said in my last video that I kind of knew that this was going to happen for a while. I got a couple of strikes on this channel initially. On this State of the YouTube channel, we had a bunch of Knife Game videos up before we started the podcast, and several of them got striked to a point where I had to delete all the videos before the channel got 3 strikes and was deleted itself. So that concerned me because that was a couple months ago. Then I started getting strikes on my main channel where the Knife Game videos were originally uploaded. And I
you
got
were getting
one.
strikes on fucking playlists.
Yeah,
Right.
well, yeah, so I got one
never
video
seen that
strike.
happen before, where a
Yeah,
playlist
yeah.
got taken down by YouTube.
So one of the Knife Game videos got a strike, and it'd been up for, I don't know, fucking 3 years or something. Then they gave me a strike on the Knife Game playlist, and they removed it. No, they didn't give me a strike. They just removed it, which was weird. There was no penalty. They just took my playlist down.
That's weird. All the
But-
videos are okay to be up, but the playlist, putting them in sequential order is the problem.
I genuinely think that it was some guy at YouTube like dog whistling to you, like, "Hey, this Knife Game shit we're gonna start cracking down on it soon. This is
Right.
this is us letting you know without officially letting you know that you need to start getting rid of these videos."
Right. So it fucking sucks, and I was like, I don't want to do that. I was waiting until I got a second strike, but what was it? Just 3 days ago, they released an update to their policy, and it was very much cracking down on dangerous pranks, videos that display dangerous acts, and there wasn't too much room for misinterpretation or like. These videos, the Knife Game videos, clearly were against the policies that they say they are now cracking down on. So I had to make the decision to privatize all of the Knife Game videos. I did not remove them, and for a reason. even though Mumkey, you got a strike on your private video,
Yeah.
I'm taking a chance here, and so I made all the
No,
the knife
don't
game.
take that chance,
Well,
Rusty.
okay.
Please don't.
Well, here's why. Here's why.
No, okay, we absolutely cannot have 2 members of the State of the YouTube podcast banned from YouTube.
Yeah. Buddy,
Yeah.
man, I wish so badly I would have just deleted every video on my channel to prevent my channel from going down. It's not worth the fucking risk,
Yes.
dude.
But I made a clear effort to change my channel to fit their new guidelines.
No, you didn't, because in their mind, a video being on their website at all, private or public, is still in violation and still can earn a strike.
All right, well, let me explain the problem and why I haven't just straight out deleted them. I
Okay.
did re-upload all of them onto BitChute, and they're on my website. But the reason why I didn't just delete them was because by deleting those videos, I'm deleting all of those views, all of those comments, all of those likes. It's about 70, got to be about 70 million
Jesus
views altogether
Christ.
from all the videos. So if I deleted that, my channel would just plummet in the way that it's seen in search and discovery. It would be listed, it'd be a horrible channel that if you checked Social Blade, you would see daily views negative 70 million.
Rust, have you fucking checked Social Blade?
No, hold on, because here's
You're at negative
tell you who
80
does.
million.
what?
Yes,
Not a-
when you private a video, it counts the same as deleting it. You're at negative
Really?
80 million.
Did you
Ooh.
check?
Slight
You have a D minus right now on Social
Oh
Blade.
my god! Well,
slight miscalculation in Rusty's logic.
yeah,
here.
I had a plan. I had a plan here,
Well,
but
you fucked it up. It's funny.
me-
This stat says views for the last 30 days.
Oh, God.
Views
Negative
for the
80
last
million.
30 days
Fuck.
is 0, and that 0 views is up to 2,700% from the previous
Okay.
month.
All right,
Okay, well-
all right.
well,
your
Rusty,
plan backfired.
So-
there's no reason to leave them up anymore unless you love reading those great comments from the loving fans and supporters of the knife game.
I am never ever gonna get a sponsor on my channel if they're gonna check all this shit and they're gonna say, well, it looks like in the past 30 days you actually have negative 80 million views. I don't know if that's something that we really want a Dollar Shave Club.
Yeah,
Here's my favorite part is Social Blade has estimated earnings, and they estimate that yesterday you lost $321,000.
Yeah, $321,000. And you know what? I bet if all those videos were actually monetized over the years, I probably would have about that much.
Yeah. But, yeah, they were all
Unfortunately.
demonetized anyway, so you didn't really lose that much.
Fuck, man, that's bad news. I had not checked
No,
Social Blade.
I think you're wrong. I don't think Dollar Shave Club checks your Social Blade and gives a fuck about it. I think they just check like your most recent uploads and sees that they see how many views you've been getting recently. Like,
Well, let
when
me
they
ask
see
you
negative
this.
80, they're not going to think that people watched your videos backwards 80 million times. They'll know like videos were taken down.
So if I make all those videos public again, will I have the best Social Blade? I'll just have gained 80 million views in a day?
Actually, yes, I believe that's how it works, and I'm not even kidding.
That might be something funny to try.
Yeah, you
yeah,
get more
one
views than
day.
PewDiePie
banned
in one day.
as soon as that happens.
Fuck, man. All right, well, I'm done for.
You should set them all to public right now for like 5 minutes, and then put them back to private.
I don't know. I
see.
got to think about this. I got to think about it. Because if I do, right, if I just make 20 videos that are mostly age restricted and confirmed demonetized public, then YouTube might get mad. Wow, I don't even have over 100 million views anymore.
Yeah,
I'm a
literally
shitty channel.
cut more than in half.
Oh, Christ. All right, well, fucking whatever. Hey, on top of that, going back to the whole thing with Nicholas Cruz watching the what
Did you watch the
apparently-
video Bernie posted?
Yeah, so Nicholas Cruz, in this police report, where his cell phone history police report, where it showed that he was watching knife game videos leading up to the not Sandy Hook, Parkland shooting.
Right.
Apparently, yeah, there was an FBI seminar where they're actually talking about they're talking about my videos, and they're like, well, we've all seen this before where you take a knife and you stab in between your fingers, but this was on Cruz's phone. Apparently
Meanwhile,
that
he's
was
standing next to a PowerPoint presentation with you like Satanic 666 and all this creepy shit with your
God.
face on
yeah.
it.
So yeah,
Rusty,
Mumkey, I
this
guess
might be the reason why no company wants to sponsor you.
I'm trying to fix it.
Hey,
whatever.
Rusty made a pretty penny off of the knife flip app. I mean, I think he's doing okay with sponsors over there.
Yeah, Mumkey, how are you doing with Mumkey Run? Is that generating you all the big bucks?
The guy asked me for permission to make it and asked if I wanted any of the money, and I said, "Nah, you can. It's not my fucking game. Like you're putting my stupid face on it. I don't need a cut of that." Now I wish I would have said yes because now I'm not making that YouTube ad revenue. So, but I highly doubt Mumkey Run is making him very much money in the app
Oh
store.
man, you'd be surprised.
That
Or
game
maybe I'd be
fucking
surprised.
sucks. There's nothing to it.
It
Dude,
doesn't matter.
There was a knife game, like the official knife game app that came out years ago, even before the video blew up, and it was pretty fucking bad. But I'm sure that guy made money off of it. Once it went viral and everyone's buying in-app purchases and whatnot, he had to have made a couple $1,000s.
Yeah, it's just a matter of getting enough brainless 9-year-olds to download the app and use their mom's credit card to pay for all the microtransactions.
Yeah, that's all fucking stupid, but these kids are dumb.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it's interesting, Mumkey, that you mentioned the video we all saw about Rusty's videos being presented at the FBI seminar,
Right.
because Bedhead Bernie, the same guy who shared that video, has been doing a lot of research recently over what's caused the actual downfall of MumkeyJones' channel and why YouTube is seemingly silent about the issue. And I don't think we can really get into it too much now, but that
Why
might...
not? Go into it.
Well, the TLDR version is basically Mumkey is being subject to a classified FBI investigation, and that's sort of the working theory right now.
I think all three of us are.
Right. We got to be all pretty fucking close on that list. I mean, the
We
FBI
just
is looking
saw
over
video
our shit.
evidence of them talking about Rusty, and now there's some behind the scenes theories about them studying me. I wonder why would they be studying Emp? Maybe a bunch of
Association
corpses
with-
showing up at his college campus that can't be explained.
He's on a podcast with an incel and a school
Yeah,
shooter
I'm on a
manipulator.
podcast with two guys who are under FBI investigation.
And the
Fuck,
thing
man.
is, I imagine most people would be mortified that the FBI is investigating them for being like a potential domestic terrorist or whatever. But as somebody, and I know that innocence isn't the ultimate way to get out of anything. Like even innocent people go to prison. But as somebody who is actually innocent of all these claims, I just find it really fucking funny. If the FBI comes knocking on my door, what are they gonna find? There's nothing. They have nothing on me because it's
Well,
all
listen.
bullshit.
Mumkey, keep that drill really close to your hard drive. That's all I have to say.
There's,
Ooh.
I'll post if I could. I'll screen share my computer and everybody can go through it.
Live stream the
There's
FBI raid of your
nothing-
house.
Yeah, there's nothing on my computer at all. Asperger just built me this computer like 4 months ago, so there's nothing on it. It's
All
just
right.
video
Well,
files.
I believe you, but
Yeah.
you know.
Well, okay,
Yeah,
the
Bring
thing-
it on,
doesn't.
FBI! Come on over. I feel like Iron Man and Iron Man 3 fucking on the news saying his address so that the Mandarin can show up and shoot missiles at him.
Well, the theory right now, at least from what we've kind of pieced together so far, is not that Mumkey is under the criminal investigation, but rather they're investigating Mumkey's influence on who they identify as would-be mass shooters, like the mass shooter of the future. They're trying
Right.
to seek preventative measures, and Bedhead Bernie at least believes it's a direct consequence of, one, the Parkland shooting in February of last year, and
But
two,
that guy was a fan of Rusty, not me. They should be investigating Rusty.
and two, the Toronto van attack, where the guy made a Facebook post praising Elliot Rodger.
That guy
Oh,
was
right.
Alex Manassian, I think his name was.
So the theory right now is that the FBI is working with YouTube and trying to find these advanced audience analytics where they're trying to find the next Elliot Rodger. And it just so happens, at least it's what we believe so far, that Mumkey's audience has been identified as a very likely source of the next Elliot Rodger.
Well, listen. At least one member of my audience has been proven to have been that person. Can we even really be mad at the FBI? Because we were talking. I mean, I know I've been talking so much shit just about the fact that, with the Parkland shooting, the FBI had been tipped off and they did nothing. And now they actually are. Now they're going through great lengths to study the shit on his phone and these videos and these YouTubers. Mumkey, let me ask you this.
Okay.
If 2 years ago someone told you that within 2 years you would be your videos would be studied by the FBI for potentially curating a mass shooter, would you believe it? Actually, probably.
Yeah, I would believe it. Back then, I was recording the Elliot Rodger manifesto, and I understand
right.
that all law enforcement is literally retarded. The people who go into law enforcement and the army, they have a lower average IQ than everybody else. That is a fact. I have many friends who were in the army and went to basic training. They said everybody there is mentally retarded, and that's why they're at the army and not in college.
They said that about themselves?
Yes.
Hey,
Of course they did.
Who's that guy on Twitter who's like the retired
Neil
police
deGrasse
officer or
Tyson.
something? What?
Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's the guy on Twitter.
Yeah, I think that's what you're thinking of.
Yeah, that's who you're talking about, right?
But what did he do?
No, there's like a guy. There's like a guy who's like an ex-military guy, and he makes YouTube videos now. And he did a thing with like he did a thing talking about H3H3 and how H3H3 was wrong about the police training video. We should have him on the show to
I gotta watch some of these
kind
videos.
of give us insight into how law enforcement works.
Yeah, I'd love to tell an ex-military general to his face that he's retarded.
Hey, well, I heard that you're retarded.
Yeah. But anyway, the point I'm getting at is the FBI is confirmed mentally retarded. They had multiple calls telling them about Nicholas Cruz, saying this guy is going to shoot up our school and we are terrified, please do something. They did nothing. And now they think the right thing to do is to delete satirical YouTube channels, like that's going to stop the next Elliot Rodger. These people have no idea what the fuck they're doing. There's so much blood on their hands, and instead of admitting it and doing the right thing, they're just going in the complete wrong direction.
Well, this is speculating on which actions they're taking and which actions YouTube is just taking on their own.
Right. There's currently no hard evidence that this theory is true.
Well, there's very hard evidence that they were warned about Nicholas Cruz and did nothing. So my theory that they're all retarded still stands.
Okay, maybe the FBI retard theory is legitimate.
Yes,
but
it is.
The FBI Mumkey.
There are dead children
theory.
because of the FBI. I blame them.
Dude, the FBI has been fucking murdering children since their inception.
Didn't they murder Martin Luther King Jr., or was that the CIA?
I don't know.
Fuck them.
Do you think it's really good for you guys to just shit talk the FBI like that?
What are they gonna do?
I don't know. I don't know, Mumkey.
All right, no. You know what?
Like,
you know what? EmpLemon's
potentially-
right. EmpLemon's right. The FBI and the CIA, they're all a bunch of good guys.
Yeah, they've never done anything wrong.
They're a bunch of
Wait.
legitimate fellas.
I just really like to point out that at this stage, this is only a theory, but it's currently pretty much the most
theory.
Shut up.
All right.
It's currently the most plausible theory we have, just explaining why Mumkey just got taken down and YouTube has been able to say nothing about it. And the most evidence we have of this so far is that the guy who called in to Dick Masterson and talked about them showing Mumkey's videos at an FBI seminar, not unlike, or at least how I pictured it in my head, is probably not unlike the same thing that we actually have evidence of the FBI showing Rusty's videos at a seminar. So
is that for sure the FBI in that video? I've only watched it once because I just saw it earlier today.
It's
but
definitely some sort of government agency.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know if an FBI actual seminar would be publicly broadcast like that, but it was like high-level law enforcement.
So he said he
That's
found
correct.
that through the law enforcement website that put out the police report. So I need to watch that whole video and try to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, he
Okay.
said that there were multiple instances of you in his phone, not just those thumbnails. So I'm very curious as to the lengths. Nicholas
Well, all right.
Cruz
So
went
if he's
to
talking
be a
about those
Rusty Gage fan.
thumbnails, because only 3 of those thumbnails were knife game songs. The other one was the analysis of the number 666.
Right.
So in the report, they talked about him actually listening to the song, and they listed that separately. So I'm not sure if that's what they're talking about, how there were multiple videos that weren't knife game related, and there were knife game listening to the knife game song specifically listed. But yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, I just wanted to mention about the Mumkey thing. So if this theory is true, it is a very complicated and weird situation where MumkeyJones has not actually committed any crimes or violated the law in any actual way. But it appears that the consequence, regardless, is that Mumkey is being silenced and basically blackballed as if he were a criminal. But he hasn't done anything wrong. And if this theory is true, it would be is just kind of a preventative measure. And
Sure.
I don't know if this is a legal area that has ever been explored in history. So,
Well,
I think
okay,
they're
so you
setting
gotta
up-
think with like the NSA and stuff like that. I mean, you don't really hear too much about the NSA anymore, but whenever it came to terrorist activity or something, if someone was the cousin of, I don't know, the Orlando night shooter, and then they're watching that cousin now, and that cousin's on a no-fly list. And if that cousin talks to some friends who might be of a certain religious persuasion, then they're on the list too. It's just a huge web that they connect everyone together. I guess just to keep tabs on them. But yeah, I imagine that there's some limitations to that.
well,
Mumkey, when's the
different-
last time you tried to go on an airplane?
I'm actually taking a flight to New York in like 4 days.
I guess you'll find out.
No, this is. I mean, it's kind of stupid. Let
Right.
me, because, man, if now we're taking down YouTube channels because a school shooter or a spree killer watched them. I don't know if you guys saw which channels Elliot Rodger was subscribed to, but he was subscribed to the Young Turks. Is the FBI going to go investigate the Young Turks now because maybe they influenced him to shoot up his campus? It's all fucking stupid.
They
You should-
probably are. But I mean, either way, it doesn't matter because it's the YouTube channels and fucking whatever. Like, unless they're directly saying something, but of course they're gonna have to analyze it and look over all this material. And in my case, it was clear. It makes sense why they would at least look into it. You know, 'cause
I don't think so. I think
it has
that's
violent
bizarre.
imagery in the thumbnails. I mean, that's enough for them to say, well, maybe this is something that we
Yeah, but
should,
how much of our tax dollars were wasted on the FBI investigating your stupid, shitty videos that are?
Oh, at least $35, at least.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me mad that they're wasting their time on obvious bullshit that is unrelated. I mean, fucking Jesus Christ! How the fuck do they think that a guy watching a little knife meme YouTube video motivated him to slaughter children?
Well,
Why
I
don't they
don't-
look into
I
his
don't think that's what
actual
they're saying.
motivations?
I think they're just looking into it because they
Okay,
don't know
I
what
have-
it is
Why?
beforehand.
Why?
I have a possible explanation for
Okay.
why they went after you specifically, but they don't just go after and ban every channel in Nicholas
No,
Cruz's subscriptions.
Yeah, I'm more mad at them going after Rusty than me.
So I have to explain this first. I've gotten an email contact with this guy called Boris I think he's from the UK, and he's a computer software engineer, and he works a lot with designing software. So he's really savvy when it comes to sort of systems and computers. And originally he contacted me about this meme software he created, and I'd like to have him on the show eventually. If he can get back to me. If you're listening to this, Boris, please come on the show. Email me. But he sent me another email after after Jungle Jimmy got taken down. Boris sent me another email basically explaining his thought process on what he thinks is going on with Google and their analytics and sort of their targeting of Mumkey. Now, the working theory right now is that Google, they like to play dumb. YouTube likes to play dumb with all of their automated bots, but really, it's speculated that they have very advanced data collection. The whole YouTube algorithm that recommends you videos, it's not just a one-way street. That algorithm is watching you and watching your video habits, and based on the videos you watch, it's categorizing you into a group of people. And they officially use it to recommend you videos that you'd more likely be watching, but I think it's very likely that they also use those analytics to potentially target or identify um, problematic individuals, people who might become involved with a mass shooting or anything of that sort.
Right. I mean, so they're definitely right. They're definitely watching and recommending based on the videos you watch. One problem I always have with that is if they're recommending you videos based on the videos you watch, and the videos they're recommending are like fucking clickbait, then of course you're watching it because it's flooding your recommended feed, and then you click on it and they're like, "Oh, cool, we got him. This is what this person's into."
What
Uh,
I think, okay, but what I think happens is
Also
they,
targeting ads.
yeah, it's the system's also used for targeted ads. But what I think happens is when these killers get unearthed by the media and their YouTube channels get reviewed, YouTube and maybe the FBI, I'm not sure, they do an advanced analytical analysis of this person's viewing history, and they really try to hammer down and identify, okay, what are sort of the warning signs? What is the killer mentality YouTube watch list? And I think that and once again, this is all speculative. We've entered conspiracy corner, but we've
Right.
just been forced into here because YouTube never communicates anything, so all we can do is speculate. But what Boris told me is that he believes YouTube potentially found a higher percentage than normal of these of what they have labeled as problem individuals
Hmm.
in Mumkey's audience. And considering Mumkey is making videos about what they don't understand the satire. They think he's just basically promoting a mass killer. They It's possible that YouTube and the FBI sort of covertly went
Dude,
behind the scenes and said to shut it down.
that seems so fucking far fetched. Because how many? What would the data pool have to be? How many school shooters or mass shooters or any of these killers would there have to be for you to even come to a conclusion? There couldn't just be three of them, and they go, we found it." Because most likely, I mean, the Young Turks would be on there too. They're a huge channel. Um, and so unless like a huge majority or a huge percentage of mass killers or school shooters or whatever watch Mumkey Jones's videos and were subscribed to him, then that would just be a fucking dumb conclusion to come to.
Well, it doesn't matter if it's fair or just or if it makes sense or if the analytical surveillance system is even accurate. These companies, YouTube and the FBI, they feel like they have an obligation to prevent these mass shootings and prevent these tragedies after they, well, let's admit it, they freaking slipped up with Nicholas Cruz,
Yeah.
and now they are pretty much overcompensating, and they really don't want the bad PR that comes with that,
Can I
and
say this
knowing
real
that
quick? Can I say
No,
this?
no,
If
no, you
YouTube
can't. No.
if YouTube had released this policy update on videos cracking down on videos depicting violent content, if they had done that earlier this year, then there's a very good chance that the 17 people that were shot and killed in Parkland, Florida, would still be alive.
Oh, I agree, definitely. But let me say this.
But that's just
Allow
me.
me to humor EmpLemon's theory here and how I think it should have gone down if all that's true. Are you guys familiar with the story of Frank Abagnale Jr.?
Yeah, of course. Frank Abagnale, Catch Me If You Can.
Exactly. There's a movie with Leo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks, one of my favorites, Catch Me If You Can. He was a guy who was so good at being a con man and at making fake passes and passports and all that stuff that instead of going to prison, the FBI or whoever actually hired him because he's an expert, and they used his expertise to stop other people from doing it. So in
From
my
counterfeiting,
view,
yeah.
yeah, counterfeiting. So in my view, if this is true, and first of all, my Elliot Rodger videos on average had about 300,000 views. So YouTube was actively pushing it to people. It wasn't people seeking them out. YouTube was recommending this to people and they were clicking on it. If my viewer base hypothetically really did indicate whether or not somebody was planning a school shooting, why would they ban me and take away a very easy source of this information? You would
I
think
agree.
they would want to team up with me, and I would.
They'd want to talk to you. They would want to
Yeah.
ask you all the shit that you already know, rather than treating you as like a fucking subject that they have to analyze and pick your brain.
Right,
Through-
and they
through their means-
would want me to keep making videos because
Just
I'm like
ask you.
I'm delivering to them statistics on possible school shooters. If Mumkey
Right.
Jones fans are school shooters, you would think they would want that to stay up so that they could just, oh, is there going to be a school shooting today? Let's go check Mumkey's subfeed. Let's go take a look. Why would they just delete a steady source of information about future threats? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Mumkey, have you ever been sent an anonymous email of someone claiming that a school shooting would happen that you thought was serious and not just some joke? You know how
I don't
on
think
like
so.
4chan and stuff, people say like, "Don't come to school tomorrow." Like that whole meme. I don't know if anyone's ever emailed you and said, "Hey, I got a tip that this might happen."
I've never got anything that's like a direct threat like that, but I've gotten a lot of stupid emails over the years that I haven't even actually read all of them. So I wouldn't be surprised if something like
shit.
that came in. But
You probably got emails from the FBI and they're saying, "Hey, man, just trying to just emailing you back again because I'm not sure if you saw my last email, but we'd really like to talk to you."
yeah, maybe it's my fault I didn't check my email. I also have 8 email accounts, so I can't check all of them and read everything.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's possible that we're just pulling all this stuff out of our ass, and none of it's true. But I'd be very interested to see what YouTube has to say based on the
Nothing.
journalist
They have
that
nothing to
interviewed.
say.
Based on the reporter that interviewed Mumkey, she said, or at least you told me this, Mumkey, where she's seeking answers from YouTube. So
And this
Yeah,
is the,
that was,
the
that
person
was
from The
contra-
Verge.
Yeah, that was controversial on the previous episode. It was just me and EmpLemon, and I said I was going to do an interview with The Verge, and instantly every comment said, Mumkey, don't go to The Verge. I was getting DMs, Mumkey, don't do it. They're going to twist your words and make you look bad, blah, blah, blah. But everybody said the same thing when I went on InfoWars, and it was fine. So I was like, oh, fuck it. If I can go to the alt-right, I can go to the alt-left. So I did the interview with The Verge. I thought it went okay, and she told me she's going to take some time with this story. She's going to get YouTube's side of it. So evidently, she actually has an insight at YouTube who will tell her why this happened. Then she said after she talks to them, she's going to come back to me for a second interview, and then she's going to write the article. So
You know, all of her responses from YouTube with her crackdown questions, they're all just going to be bot fucking format answers. Like, here at YouTube, we respect our policies against
Right.
hate speech. And you're going, yeah, but how is this hate speech? Just check out this article and you can read about it yourself.
And I'll also say this. I understand everybody was worried that they would take me out of context to make me look bad in the article. So, of course, I recorded the entire conversation. And lady at The Verge, go ahead, take me out of context. I'll just post our interview online. I don't give a fuck.
Now, so this is something that I was talking to you about because I said I do not know the actual laws on it. But if you're recording her as well, doesn't that go against some sort of surveillance law?
it depends on the state.
It
because
depends.
it was two-party consent. We both agreed that the interview would be recorded.
Okay, well then
she
you
just
shouldn't
thought
have
it
any
was.
problem.
She recorded it on her end. I just didn't say I was also recording it on mine, but we both consented for
Now-
the interview to be recorded.
Right.
That's
But that's still something that like it might just fall under that. It could be a loophole or it could be illegal. If anyone knows,
Okay, well,
be
Mumkey,
sure to comment.
You can square it up with her in the second interview when she gets around to it.
Well,
But-
she was recommended to me by Nerd City, so I assume she's not a malicious actor and she's not going to do anything. I just
Yeah,
recorded
but-
it just as a security measure.
Yeah, with this stuff, it's better to be like safe to make sure that what you're
You might
doing
not
is
even
legal,
wanna
because
release-
a lot of people have been fucked over when they did recording stuff and they like didn't happen to be in a two-party consent state or something like that. It's easy to get fucked in that situation, so you got to like make sure that you're on the same page, I guess.
I mean, when are we releasing this episode? Is that even smart to have this in
No,
there? where-
man, I don't give a shit. We both consented to it being recorded. I don't care. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, and as long as I don't release it, then even if it is against the law, which it fucking shouldn't be, and how do you even enforce that? if I'm breaking that law, like a California law, but I'm in North Carolina, what the fuck are you gonna do about it? I did it here.
Because I think that the laws matter based on the person that you're recording as well.
Well, she recorded me, and I recorded her, and we both consented. So I guess,
Yeah, it's not a bad idea to do that and to cover your own back, just in case, because yeah, it's very easy to take someone out of context, and you see it all the time when Vice is reporting on something and they do an interview and then they chop it up to make the person look evil and more vindictive when their answer is considerably more innocent in context.
And I really wish I would just record every online conversation I've ever had, because it's come back to bite me in the ass so much lately. I don't know if I should talk about this too much, but when fucking the Asperger shit was going down and she called me to tell me what was happening, God, I wish I would have fucking recorded that call, because now they're saying that I made it all up and that none of it happened. If I would have fucking recorded that, they would, man, dead to rights, he's going to prison. It just pisses me off. I should record every single conversation I have.
Yeah,
These motherfuckers lied about me all the time.
You got to have like a recorder just nearby at all times, just to put your phone on speakerphone or whatever.
Just have OBS ready.
Yeah.
It's fucking horseshit. Anyway.
Okay, well, anyway, for the moment, we have ads on this channel, at least. They could probably demonetize us tomorrow for a completely different bullshit reason. I feel like a real targeted individual, just like in Rusty's album.
You're being gang stalked.
Yeah, but this is like an actual real thing, though, where YouTube is just zapping channels left and right. And they already did it with ours once. And I know a lot of people said it's because a lot of the metadata and we use the same video still.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can trip up the algorithm to thinking it's all just duplicated content or whatever. But it's awfully coincidental that it happened just minutes apart from Mumkey's alt getting taken down.
No, but it happened to other YouTubers.
It just happened today
to other YouTubers, yes.
Count Dankula just got his whole channel demonetized too. It's happening to everybody.
Was it for reused content? Or was it the same thing?
I think it was because they thought the whole channel was hate speech.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was some sort of guidelines.
That's what they're gonna get us for next.
Because that's how he's been painted by the media. We're gonna Mumkey's reached out to Count Dankula. We're gonna try to get him on the show to talk about this stuff and what's happened with his channel. But for now, we have monetization. I don't know for how long. Rusty was working on launching a Patreon. Are we still gonna go forward with that?
Yeah. I still want to try to make a Patreon. Did we agree not to or not to do? What's the other one? The competitor that everyone's
Subscribe
Star. Is that just bullshit or what?
No, I don't know. A lot of our viewers are caught up in the whole Patreon boycott.
Yeah, I've had a couple of my personal patrons email me and say, hey, is there any other way I can support you, because I'm gonna delete my Patreon.
But the whole thing's bullshit because PayPal and the fucking credit card companies are preventing these competitors from even processing payments in the name of stopping hate speech or whatever.
I'm cutting up my credit cards, and I keep all my money in jars that I bury out in the yard and under my mattress. And I think that's the smartest way to do it.
I'm gonna post
cash.
Rusty Cage's address down in the description if you want to go.
Mail your cash.
Treasure hunting at Rusty's place. X marks the spot.
I own a gun.
Just mail, or if you want to donate to the show, just mail some cash to Mumkey's PO box.
Yeah, I'll never tell you guys about it. I'll just keep it all.
Let's see the fucking post office try to pull a PayPal on us.
But going back to it, I really would like to see what the audience would think about. Would they be interested in supporting if we had a Patreon? Also, merch. I mean, is merch something? I know this is a podcast and it's kind of weird, but Emp, you've been making some pretty cool graphics for, just all the avatars and the banners and whatnot. I think we could easily make some cool merch that people would just want to wear.
Yeah, I think the gorillas thing should definitely be on a shirt.
Sure,
oh God.
Sure.
From in like a matter of 3 days, you went from please give us your money to now, hey, you guys, we're rolling the dough here. Please give us more money.
This channel doesn't make that much money.
We are certainly not rolling in the dough. Goddamn, I still have to pay out like the first payment to you guys, but it's
Right.
it's
Everything
very
I've done to the podcast up until this point has been for free.
yeah, no, right. It's if we're not paying ourselves, even then I think we're looking at hopefully about $100 a piece, fellas.
Yeah, 3 figures, baby, after the hours
Yeah.
of work we've put into this shitty show.
Oh, and
Dude, but
I
it's
think
been working great. I'm surprised at the success of this podcast so far.
Yeah. Well, it's all thanks
Yeah,
to
you
shitting
guys
on
are
Quentin
great.
reviews.
you and the audience, it's all you,
Yeah.
baby. Pat
And we
yourself on the back for watching.
Couldn't have done it without our
SOTY.
loving fans.
So should we just start a Patreon sometime soon and give all the patrons a bonus episode every month, and then that's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever
Um,
we can do. I don't
that
know.
sounds like
I'm
At
not
least,
really sure.
at least for the very moment, we're not in dire straits like we were at the beginning of the week. So
it's all for fun.
So please only donate if you really want to.
No, it's not a donation. It's patronage, my friend. Donations
Please
are for the
only-
homeless.
Please only patron if you really wanna.
No, I mean, really, you're right. If you support the show, then do it. And if not, that's fine. We're still going to keep making this.
Oh yeah, just listen to
I
it.
guess.
It's good enough
Yeah.
for me.
Oh, I
Yeah.
also feel
Share it with your
obligated to
friends.
mention that we've recently tried to get on Libsyn. Soon we're trying to roll the show out to Apple Podcasts and Spotify for any of you guys who like to or prefer to listen to podcasts on those platforms.
I'm going to get on that very soon, tomorrow, as of the day that we're recording this. Yeah.
Oh, and we
I
have-
made the Libsyn. Go
We
ahead.
have our first official sponsor too. I forgot to tell you guys. Somebody reached out. They
Oh,
already,
yeah, okay.
They already paid me for it. So
All right, let's hear it. Should we
today-
take a break to go to our sponsors?
yeah. Let's go through that real quick. It's just one. The SOTY podcast. This episode is brought to you by MumkeyJones.tv. You want hours and hours of free entertainment? Go to MumkeyJones.tv. That's it. That's the only sponsor.
Can we drop them?
No, I really like them. I think they do some good work, and they paid
I
me
don't
a
know.
pretty penny for that.
I don't think they fit with our image that well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard that they're planning a school shooting.
they're all right.
The FBI is investigating them for their dangerous content.
Yeah, I guess you can go to my website too, rustycage.tv.
Yeah, nice fucking
Ah.
website name. I wonder who you copied that from.
Fucking, I've owned it for years. No.
You didn't have the .tv until you came over to my house, bitch.
I know I accidentally set it on this stream on the live version, so I had to go buy it real quick because I was like, "Fuck, someone else is gonna buy this."
Oh,
But
shit.
yeah,
Hey,
do
you guys
we
know
have
you guys know Larry Bundy Jr.?
no?
Yeah.
He just messaged me saying he wants to come on the show.
Who's that?
Heck yeah!
He's
Oh
a-
God,
He's the
Getting
only
too
guy who
popular.
didn't leave Channel Awesome during the controversy. He's very funny, very good content.
Okay, yeah, I'm down. We should have him on.
Yeah, we should.
I think that it's getting easier and easier to get guests on this show.
Well, not when once they check your social blade, then they'll say, "Oh, negative 80 million. No thanks. I'm not going on that
Man.
podcast."
Yeah, forget about my main channel.
All
This
right.
is
Follow
the
me on
real
Twitter.
channel now.
We should probably. I don't know. I was thinking of ending it here.
Yeah,
and
let's
then
wrap
we
up.
Can, we
Why?
can,
Because I heard your
rec-
girlfriend yelling at you in the background. Now it's time to wrap up.
Yeah, she
No, I'm
wants
having
to fuck.
internet issues, bitch. You fucking bitch.
Okay.
But I have some more stuff to talk about that's like more light, like more, I don't know,
Okay.
not fucking end of the channel news.
Okay.
Anyway.
Sure. Well,
let's
we
do
can
another
call this
bullshit
episode the FBI versus State of the YouTube.
Shit. All right. See you next
Uh,
time, folks, with a more lighthearted episode.
Bye bye.